Hello, hello, hello. This is Pat Massaro with Massaro Ministries. And the title of today's little message is The Third Option. And in a troubled world, our troubled world wouldn't be as troubled if we followed the third option. Okay? I'm going to read from John 8 and the absolute best selling number one piece of literature in the world, all time, the Holy Bible, guys. So this is really good for Christians and non-Christians alike that can appreciate great literature. Okay? So it's in John 8, and it's a woman caught in adultery. Jesus returned to the Mount of Olives, but early the next morning, he was back again at the temple. Okay, a crowd soon gathered, and he sat down and taught them. As he went speaking, the teachers of a religious law and the Pharisees brought a woman who had been caught in the act of adultery. Now, the Mosaic law, guys, back then, the law of Moses was if a woman gets caught in adultery, she gets stoned to death. Okay, that's the first option. It's following the letter of the law, no mercy, no grace. That's the Moses option, and that's what Moses gave. That was the Mosaic law. Okay, so they put her in front of the crowd, and they were trying to catch Jesus in that because Jesus was a rabbi. Okay, and if he wasn't in agreement with that, that would give them more excuse to hate them and want to kill him, right? Okay, so teacher, they said to Jesus, these are the Pharisees trying to trick Jesus. This woman was caught in the act of adultery. The law of Moses says to stone her. What do you say? They were trying to trap him again, right, into saying something they could use against him. But Jesus stopped down and wrote in the dust with his finger. They kept demanding an answer, and he stood up again and he said, quote, all right, but let the one who has never sinned throw the first stone. Okay, that's the third option right there. All right, but the first option is a pharisaical option. The first option is non-compromising, complete 100% justice oriented, and no grace, no mercy. That's the first option. That's pretty much the law of the world that we live in today. Okay, the first option. And then to a certain extent, the second option is just indifference. It's not caring. It's just walking away. It's playing it safe. And there's a lot of folks today that just play it safe. Okay, and they just walk away. They don't want the hassle. But the third option is what Jesus said. All right, but let the one who has never sinned throw the first stone. Okay, so basically what Jesus is doing, all right, in this third option, he's showing his grace and he's showing his mercy. And this goes right to John 1, 16, 17. I'm going to read this and then we're going to end this. And this is an example of what we all can do in our business life, what we all can do in our home life and in our family life, what we all can do when we're out there and about in public, right? So John 1, let me see here. Actually, it was John 8. Oh, sorry, John 8. Okay. Yeah, no, we just did John 8. Sorry. John 1, and here it is, 16. All right, from the abundance we have all received one gracious blessing after another, right? For the law was given through Moses, but God's unfailing love and faithfulness came through Jesus Christ. All right, so basically, because Jesus came in and he died on the cross for our sins, he gave us this grace, this great grace, this unmerited favor. Guys, if we can emulate him and be more like that amazing man, right? That amazing man that was God incarnate in the way I believe. And some of my friends that don't believe that Jesus was God, but they believe that he was an amazing man anyways, and that he did walk with God. Okay, if we could be more like him, we wouldn't have the wars in this world. We wouldn't have the conflicts. We wouldn't have the degradation. We wouldn't have the negativity in this world. People would be able to collaborate. People would be able to integrate, okay, rather than separate. So this is just a fitting example of Jesus pointing his finger and saying, how dare you pass judgment? If you can look in the mirror and say you're 100% clean, you haven't made mistakes, you haven't sinned, you haven't lost your temper. You okay? I mean, you've always done the right thing. None of us has. Okay, then you'd be the one to cast the first stone. So in our negotiations and when we talk to folks in our business dealings and in our daily life, we can use this as a great example. Okay, and I promise you, you'll do better in your business. You'll do better in getting along with your wife and your husband. You'll do better with your children. Okay, a little grace goes a long way, and grace always, unmerited favor always trumps justice. And here's a guy that's more justice oriented, but I am learning that as I get older. So God bless you guys until next time.